Former kwa be ya wachire me de enti afufuo ni Ghana flag de say ne kwan so ano no na ne me de sha se efiri wo so a summary declaration of results no aye deja ho nsem ka no aye bibie wo ho enyina anim se ahyase no abato empeso aso isi boss ka se bibia ko ye di anka 24 hours ene ye keka ko so many hours maye waba be pa ho che waba be ka se ne mabi nti na ho nsem aye deja ya anu nti no amanyakuwa kuku da mienu nyina twe se wo mu nyina di nkunimi mesre wo samre e na wakafa development ho.
Yeah, I think with electoral commission so far so good. Wakari ne hu eye wo share bi mu ka 24 hours na reho unu se waka 24 hours no e bi mu de betu just say omo mpini 24 hours pa cha wutie but na omo ka so omo mpini omo cross the job one thing that electoral commission ache we che the double standard, the hypocrisy amanyokuo na nasa amanyofo emre no mo da na di a ye guso ye kesete na bi se the mu ye kesete no mo ntontoma na ye guso pa no na Ghana ebe hu announce Ghana fo nyina ebe hu musuman te afa we husuman ni afa wo kasa na ye tie no mienu eno ni dwumadi ye ato akoma se ye be because se bi untimi mfa nipa enyankwa na untimi so enwene se bi nipa nyina agi mo kwa na animu nyansa pachote na eno me be kan se bi wo ha me nim nya yanka ebi a mo be bo tape no
okay
ade ba ko a ewo mo se ye te ase ene se amanya 7 se bi awrade adom do me nye politician by awrade adom yesu politics no ye te ase ene enim se na strategies a politicians aye den use pacho wuti de wo mu ne politics no eye dwumadi ebi se ye woni pakuo a omo mu a obia wo ne dadwen se obenya kwanya be di ekuo nanim
okay
etu hwe the year 2016 tane ye kwa abato so a omampanyi a ote akonya so John Dramani Mahama miawe papa edi nkugu a chese nkugu a in the Fourth Republic aban bi enu a wo ye incumbent a ote aban mu a yakwa walu susa about 1 million vote
yes say 2016 na sem na
2008 krana by Professor Musi winning about just 100,000 votes winning we first round na do lady ana ko here just 21,000 votes no dey winning number 100,000 votes but man John the one Mahama at the 1 million vote elusi na ehu into 2020 anu obey onu anamanyo phone bebre anu mudi nkomo no mo kese dia so omugidi so oba o meye hwe what you see na mpeyfe wo mu yese no onu ana emrampa umko congress e de adwuma shemsa so omra na o medi o manim enti oba ye no so wa medu no hanu aso obebo adwuma do abo na emo se na me ba me metini hu se ateno me kan bibi wa ha politics na kwese okobo bosen no
okay
so uru mu ni ebo technical knockout den se obeso aka se me very much obi akura mfiu enti ye aburu no na wo de hye wo na wugiram na ring num na all because bomb de se 12 francs na mo kwa obebon kaka na we 12 francs no
so now bra we
because we nya bulk pe kan dia uni hwetan bio na mo uni na mu ana 12 ni nya si pe afa na je wo mu na di hwihwi to di hwihwi na quickly no tete ma wini nti nya ba ne peja opponent asa wa wini pe o si awia me na for us to prepare for rematch and intina manyoku and this the minu say o ma shase prepare 2024 and it was it ma ye mabunu na say ye delegates ni regime say man penjon the one by Mahama by wa megunu wani ma say intina hwe for manra press conference omo ye nyina bebre no mo di expose omo they did come back at say and say o ma win majority say no kre ayentro abeto jo omo so ma win 10 regions abeto je say even out of 14 regions is publishing 2 are greater Accra and friends are not the 9 mile 14 and this was 7 and people was 7
so for o de mema wa home so na yakohwe video na ka ho asem no menya ne dese samre ya krado nti dan ya ho akohwe video no na ya ba atoa enkomo hwetwe ne so enkoba bia
main council to say already me tanka aka main can say income share name prediction based on analysis yeah no I can say parliamentary seat there and MPs no be lose I think say Kantanka for tape no ABM repom no on bebo and the shame na a lot of factors and na qualify for that way no na abamu so pepepe because no share parliamentary for na as MPs na juma omakwaje to omo so na juma emudu se encourage mra she bedwane die se na mudi tie na se bra na be den ebe bo ane yen hyemre sansamra ene de chichiri kro na okojina oka se meye kwan amamo meye toilet amamo meye se amamo a o mamba pa bia so ye den help mpuntu etu ba na mpuntu no anfa ma ye tu because bebre na akotu nkrofo with these promises MP we ba ye den no abeye MP we ba den no abeye ete na ye di gina so e de toma nti so ba na wa meya ye betu ti una enye wonwa se wo share the dynamics and the chronicle nkrofo for the first time nipa don bebre timi twehye ne demonstrations ahodo kire omunkro mpuntu omopo munyaye na eda di pefe say MPs bebre ho beka ene wo hwe even MPP for call primaries ene emesisi mu incumbent bebre na no ye wo omunkunsan ne nsem bebre kokos na otimi tran we kan wo hwe petenta kamu a ohu se ne ekoi die enye obi na beka na megidi se na betodwa no na mom se wo kasema wi ni MPs dodo ene intima wi ni sebi o mampenya konwa na no na ho asem no we can ut enya kakra and especially intima wi metie ye papa asedin kati o ma din ho ya okese esan say we ni be 22 of time NPP for call court no Bempah omo de betu just share say ye vote yenya e parliamentary time register we ni ebo mu a sane ne assessment I just said look at you na we see ntie no enu bia na nti ono kwa kan NPP for ye wo koya be cheche mu chese yense hu no maka no because as said ye on pen bebre wa MP timinya vote na mampanyina ana presidential candidate no enya more than that eti wo your papa said look at you wo be gina emu ebon sansemi guin na da bi ye kan se uchi aboachi afidechi abo ni sunku eja no na agro no so foforo wa na ato akaka eti nsemu a enra na wo trust eni nyina so no ene na wo be gina ho e de be assessment na ya kam ye assess na be kan hypocrisy ya manyofo no e de na dine so na o se etimi kasa mo mu se Ghana se bi o ye nyimi what you say sane na na radio ado media ni ntino education ko ema a friend saying o mo to aba no da bia me kama na me se ka bi o wo betumi akasa o Ghana ye literacy rate e wo soro but e no political illiteracy e wo form because and me na awotie FM etia manyefo nchechire omo ye enti abre no bibia ehia ya manyosem enti wo ka asem ne na again say Ghana for ye refi ade ntem to o say be use the same way na one either say wo du ho animu ase ana say wo pesa we ya yen but ye dey want me ya because asem no en man benyu adu asmo ta consider dia enye no na enye say 22 of assessment we ubogu say hu ni faso a na nwanwa say ubegina ba beka kire yen say and the yenye sa assessment ni ntum etinya no kwe say the fact say if you listen Amoako-Twum win even highest parliamentary seat it does not translate into presidential because there are many places every year can ye wa hi MPs ni be brave vote no president check na me ya analysis even that presidential candidate ni vote pejai MPs and now o Ghana your constitution now was presidential candidate this one ya 50 plus 1 vote and your parliamentary seat and your presidential yes vote na ya tuni na no this one ya 50 plus 1 papa asiedin keto ye veteran politician awunim e ye besre no mani metumfu trongu Ghana fo ani because Ghana fo enim na sana adwen ne sese bi enim de esre no na de arahu ni ehunim o ye put the police search ya won ye obi be friend damage control omonyonyi bia abatu omu a o niam mienu mi ko wini na manwini nsumpo na anamo na metu a eboa me agya Bempah na se 4 years me san kwagina me manfo ma me gidie se me lead o mas candidate patriote ni etu se time a ye ma me German sabe kan say obebo aban within 24 hours no and this pene e ma mo bon 24 because oni bibi azumi say ye lusu na be bobon in terms ana ayesi abo knockout wo ayinu mu no bossing mu no u ni bibi adbeja na mom mi crop on na me na to abom de mu odu na magina ho am emu se wo bro me de be frown na ye wie da na masati hwiri na mi hwiri no be say enya ko na ebe wi ni te ba na omo ma max no I can't smell it. Oh, or Mariame. Next year, so it's next time you might call for a match. Sana man, your phone here. What you say? 22 of me who will be sir. Cause Nippon Bamba Kumba Babiano, and I will this case, Papa John Hammer. Oh, but because I said no. What's just any yet trouble to our men, my Eden was here and obedience as candidates. And this all back way as a winning to me, Madiani and Tampano, Yaman and Crutchley. And the press conference on my year, I'm having me a sacrifice of account. Cross me, I pretty press conference 15. So my move 9, 10. Into me train the normal gymnastics what politics. So the more, yeah, press conference, no, yeah, to come, you're winning, and Cranshabi said, yeah, presidential candidate. Oh, a bomb day, why, yeah, dear, it's a better just a loose pet. Yes, yeah, yeah, na Congress also ya e kade enko wini kwanya no ya den onko gina ye ni nyina entimi do mu ye na nyame wanwa 2012 ebisi ye court NPP ko ye nyina na esa de we ko na e den se nana ye besa on besa de naba enti ko ru court na e bi ba mu na ye hwa ade no ne ene ne made de se wie mu bi ba mu ni we na se e ma wunyina so se enkuguo no wa nya knockout na mu obo moden the technical knockout de oni nyina so na sa pushing wo kakra what you say enti ma dana esan ba be gina 2016 a erade man nsa so de wini enti de na ni bi enti no nti ase e normal in politics ti mane nyen was na people for so mu wini and this so mu wini to them omo ani do wini ye ts se omo ani e na ya so kra ye nim ba ja ani chese electoral commission and informate to gente but as a press conference the be count anya me wanwa because it me keka gumu na ekushin ye massage ye presidential candidate tunya nyina so because more prepare to 2024 they are aware the thing omo ye nyina 2024 hu anamonto no mutu etimaga na bia ye mu nse no because obi ntimi nyu aba no ade say ara who say oba be gina was a presidential candidate our be president that what is why you come catch as a soldier for Boakye Abena na soldier for year 12 na to my Abana ya tori they are 1+1 a collection and you can bomb now shana feed an abro so it means I can bomb you soldier no no on the air collection 1 and say we to Ghana na me come what you say Ghana ye na kwasampa for no ye de ni air schedule be here and they didn't take populate for granted. People are now or imagine what you say. Nipa imagine what do among you say 81 Ghana ni bi anya abotre. The obi omu nyina the way winning asset way information abegu table so obi any the way winning. And to be by a press conference 30 times crown a normal or a 2024 preparation and a warrior. Send the obet me nyina so the presidential candidate trust ababiu. Teja Bempah de umuno.
Ebutia yesama wakwa back no ye Ghana election 2020 na de ye wa woni tuya ensema ehwegu ye endra na ekache Ghana for ode ne na ekache Ghana for amanyo samne amanyokuo ene amanyofo sa wo mutumi di nyama chese ebema wo mo ho aye son a daache wo mo ho nka adwamu ni nyina na sofo akire ni nyina ede akire ye no na sasa na tie dia migidi se yenya sa so ehunu ba bibia wo bia obuatu ti se madam Solomon logo wa frese samre yentutu so nkwa kura na wo mo frefre ye ese wo ka wakoma to yam na sofo kusia pia se oh wei oh nya dia ehu bia etesi wo Kantanka TV so na yenko so a ensom Ghana ye hwe akopem se Maami Jane edi sunsuanso no ba betudwa na yehunu de eko eno nti yeguso a ewo ha so for wa na egoti ewi o na the way o chirachira de animu no ene niam a ode ye fato ho ma am se wo bia benya mu nti ase na enti ebetumi akoto this extent o betumi aka kire o mu chitafo se ye di nkunima bra yisi me declare ya no nti mu betumi akokroma ampa ye ko yisi asoye ye ko hwe mfoni no na NDC ye chitafo akwakobo dompem wo ho ache se wo ye sure say still we ye tactics any real issue
Ohenewaa about to Osei o ye hwe nsroma osramo apie no aka so osramo apie ide madi nkuni ye de figures na kasa
okay
ka kire me NDC for na otras ni press conference by 9 September mo ye no omutimi bo figure ba kompo say ye winning ye figure e say NPP dey say uti bi enra and America tactics from day one look mama don branch am your phone nyina ebra ye to aba no omo won crofo police station ho it by the time why it be declare say need to of court December mu no yeah what December ko be to you say elections are won at the police station
exactly
no we na so ti ase sir enti obi enya to wie na ebi mu the mobile phone anyway friend no mu collect so from as at yesterday and this be the first press conference on when anybody no ogina someone you be catch us no onima oboa obi anybody ogina as at enra but a strategy lazy the entire na memera akokakra mu omo ne say strategy na enim some be use tactics and American just to now massage the situation and let a shock no or call a friend psychology more a defense mechanism what you say certain information be bad one so we ye pet ma collapse
so nya shock over
your defense mechanism are issue body ni should be a denier it because you say be only person say o so oboa what do you say who dey say friend here do back also to go so oboa now for body not to prepare and receive information you know what you say your rationalization all kinds of near you issue as a person individuals obi a do tie issue across say o ma me bet udi ago ni agina to so ma me frɛ o deny utimi e say they want here no enso no atepa obo di kwaku be amiesa no ajeso mami ko ofro first o ye mu shosa me di ma agro and also pretend say want a defense mechanism so about the politics say o because na me about one no nipa na modern ban ye predict say obegu no wanu ase bas we lose na kwese ya get to so lose e den so san be turn na delegate say mo san me fa ne nko and from day one me am a 2 year understanding the strategies are politicians say you know na me NPP you should be that 2012 Amoako court obi obey them ka kire no a strategy just to cushion their members and let's say Obema na nado asia kobio give me time what I say so I knew but be na do no NDC for be san especially said John Hammer a bar said from man no buy no so I anticipated and I said it yesterday so all in the press conference bani na no me say we no but the man na yehu kakra ni unsa na na do mu ye no mu say emra na ye de to aba no emra na ye de dwumadie no and say we there's a place me pay me evidence na me ko prove say man so na mo de call court and it obi a say bi all man ho do obi na so ye nto aba man na be di man panyin fa mra be bu man na emra no ene say wo ye buba aba ye mo bonwie na wa fra wo nkrof dem na ye no wa fra nkrof ko gu shit so say see am no kase wo Kumasi a Ashanti region NDC for issue a statement am all the original we say obi amra komo regional headquarters not you the moment who ordinary such people no don am rem no obo nipa doma no a also kokoje uko police for kokoje permission only permission it is all do permission bi ko here police for be through ho tiga santo a aboba beto na a sensitive na wo say wo be du mo so no wo wana montu obi a wo saje wo ho ene oniema ntino wo be ku innocent people because nipa don ko bu police for so a say na no POP ko fi bo acheka no wo say ade no na motoma ayen enti eba ne see anyusu a ye be den ye be yisu na china da na wo say meti say you to be ya boni tu aku no esa obi ni personal interest what you say enu to see me ni brene asetia sa wo so bi a wo say ye be ko about to dey no and this not accept flawed election. Now, the person say, "Who you need here? Flawed." But where you need? And I battle them can get or someone near the shit. Now show you one cast of some PA and then be winning, and then you are boy dear, and then so many dear. That be your defeaters. You are seeing the 50 plus 1 vote. So who show you the 50 plus 1 vote? Now will be add an one for court. Say your court no one go on me nipa. Or maybe show me some pa de who can no correct. But why wouldn't say we need na so? Na mom me prepare me call for 2024 entino. Me momunya na me bon person ma Ghana ni bi wu. Because me pa bonye Bible say do nipa de no no twa. Say Ghana ni bi wu a na me ka do person ma panyi di no. Afi na entino. For ya me enyimre ni nkasa nche amanyofo no. Won for personal interest and the two innocent people. What you say? And where do see a showman kind of question? Who do obey? Yet a woman, a town more from Kogabonten. What was your fortune? Was it at home? Now, for innocent people, the Mako Guabonten, winning pass to say, a pay police for the draw. Become much more than somebody bambo at the Magana for. What you say? Near better say Tuato. Nagana Libya Ku. Now we all say, Obi mo just share now by Pemman Penyedi. And then I can be Papa say, Radiman Fin and so on. What you say? And TNT, na really, and then I make a strategy to know. And some of the two days in inconsistent. And then you had an intro. All the two just some you need 10 regions. But we know just out of regions, no. And this year you need 7 regions. NPP you need 7 regions. It's not 10 regions out kind of way. But because you need central region. I bet you central region NPP you need. What you say? But as a strategy, na you na shoot no. Yankee can be and then to Ghana for trim. Yeah, we need 10 regions. Many would say out of the 14 regions, Bono NPP we need, Ahafu NPP we need, Central NPP we need, Ashanti NPP we need, Northeast NPP we need, Eastern NPP we need, and a Western region NPP we need. South now by Western North NDC we need, Bono East NDC we need, Upper East NDC we need, Savannah NDC we need, OT NDC we need, Volta NDC and Upper West NDC we need. Out of even these 14 regions, no, electoral commission declared, many would say, coalition for the first time. Constituency. Constituency here they say regions are your coalition. It is a greater Accra. Ya can't get a constituency in album. I'm a coalition our regional. It's a region we are second year the first name I'm James. What I say. Now out of the 14 regions they say ya to I mean notice NDC for assigning so much yet to say results no kreno. Who shall vote a woman in Accra according to electoral constitution? NPP have 5,067,445. The NPP there no. NDC have 4,410,143 out of these 14 regions. And to difference we have 657,302 are NPP at the LED NDC. They said the Accra a greater Accra there and a northern region. Now, also, not region, several say there was an incident and in the money delay, electoral officer, no sure about to understand. Yeah, quite special vote on Kotu Abanibi. I feel you could do 1 year election days or Sako to Abanibi. And the man, what was it?
Double voting.
Yeah, double voting. And the man, I say, information I say, and people are just someone sign it. Now, I hear them, or more kind now, they are trained, and I'm to go. So, they are no, because you want the electoral process. Say bibi woman when in Jim where you're quite then over fast because my person and it's a rather I say they bought a man over Amazon. And pinch and young continue and you were team were coming in the area of mine. And I what they are going to say one more would dear him say when you know about Muda. At the time I'm more about no more Shasam Rabbi Ejuma. What is that? Is that you do opposition? Now I didn't say Anna.
Now, so for a night before election day, no, me and you now sign peace agreement. I who ye TV so. I will be a casa, dear beer, do ye never bad ones so. And so, and young my call ya, be young co be a fan. I says, boy, I say ye na ye ref. And I say, I'm on your salmon, a dancer boy, I say. Just say to me, nada, ye many and answer day. That's just a normal sign. The only years I'm normal. I know my son, they within NPP and this in Nano, who show over the years a year to a bomber press conference. 18 now can so as at the end of the entire year can and do a press conference like a normal. But the money is more dangerous and it's a whoopie nipa.
abegu street.
There no security implications here.
I don't make because security when you yes on authorized gathering, you know. I don't they know illegal.
That's mobilization.
So quickly no also security for do. Security force we do now the people no cancel to omutrim. Eh no mo show mo fear. We agitated crowd show fear. But now the people are more agitated on the street. Wow. Everyone because we come to matter we be trouble security. When you threaten security so what threaten on mine. What I say, it also mine no, Eddie Akodi anyway, but everybody say innocent people now go how.
So for baby, I didn't say true na.
And you throw more mine no. But me the mama I am a ferry, I am a tiny say. Ghana, na me carry say in any day. I say. Oh, and she said, "China 20 baby pay, na pay 2 be to, no be from Kima, Eddie in Guasia." What I say, see now, I say be all Ghana, you just them or my nation. I enter sir. So you don't create unnecessary tension in the country in the name of semi percent. Me enter you better na ye be share the electoral process. Na ya hu baby e ko ye lian na ki abobo abaso. But don't then after the move create unnecessary the name bi o man mu a innocent person till fie. Mo bro bi onu no se bi onu se bi e ba de go ni passport. Ni yem be sate ahye no. Or hypertension, a champion, high blood pressure, because to say, then say, I can also obi, a cross floors, what I say, because I believe in the security of this country, and I believe service funded by you. No morning, because now should be here to all media houses. And then I'm Kagana about one, and you're so transparent, say, yeah, we go police station, feed the media for no peke. A media trauma platform. Bia done any be the air. And because it's a fan corner, Modia Mosha. Mugu Sudi, some crop for 3 months just to create unnecessary tension in the country. What I say, the security have the situation under control, but they mistrustfully say, one ten and 3 more security fund over Mujuma. Because you see use of force and ameboa, a part of security law. So, and when persuasive fail, force must be applied. Yeah, na monko machi na no tachiman or else me see here. Monko monko. We say better to tuo and say nipa mi ti wo mawu. What I say? Meanwhile, MP no wan.
So for Mr. for so ho ma me na ho me so na yensa ka press release bi zamre ya de asrafo ho afore for nyama bi a entwe yi omo so akasa enti ye kenkan kakra ne a kire mu se armed forces for na de aba se nyama bi ekoso a womani enye ho heading ne se malicious allegations against the Ghana Armed Forces acha se ne ye katia omo se omo mpre so omo nyintumu kwan bia so. Or said that Ministry of Defense refers to a press statement made by the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, on Tuesday, 8 December 2020, alleging that the military of Ghana are involved in overturning the election result favorable to his party. For the public record, it is hereby stated emphatically that this is false and without any foundation. For the 2020 general elections, the military is deployed to support the Ghana Police Service and not to engage in politics. The general public is therefore implored to ignore the malicious propaganda against the Ghana Armed Forces, but rather cooperate with them and the other security agencies. The Ministry of Defense will be reminded that all political actors, that the Ghana Armed Forces is a very professional institution and its members are well respected across the entire world for their professionalism, service to mankind, and neutrality. The Ministry of the MOD will therefore not accept, the Ministry of Defense will therefore not accept any unsubstantiated allegations against the Ghana Armed Forces as a body or any of its members without proof. And this is signed by Dominic B.A. Nitiwo, MP, Minister for Defense. Now, Osei, this one has actually been circulated to all concerned parties. Abusia na we efri asrafo ehobambofo akachi asrafo na nkasa sojafo memma ma na ekasei omo se ensem bi epiepie ensem ye friends am 1242 omo ni ye friend press release mampani dada John Dramani Mahama de beto Ghana fo nyina nim eye endra 8 December afiye ya wo kase eye abato ya ye to ye no isi enam asrafo so epese ede atanchiw bi eba edane abato nsunsuanso no ani womo se womo ka magana fo nyina anya womo ho nte ase se asem wei enim eni nyina so na nokure bia nsusu enim enti monhye ne nso sa na ose na abaya yeto afi no asojafo anansa asrafo no yede womo kokoka aposifo ene bambofo enkaye ho na emmom no womo adwuma enye se womo de wo ho be forefore anyosam anu nti no timemufo nyina enya ne entie se womo sre nyaado se ensem bi se no yensi obi bi obeka se esojafo eforefore womo ho wa amanyosam no wompese womo dane abato nsunsuanso na nini yensi se nipa ko obeka sa no hu every se entisa na watu aso ka se na bambo ejumekuo no anase Ministry of Defense no waka kire amanyokuo nyina ene woni abatuo yifa wo bibia ho Ghana ha se eye asrafo kuo no eye ekuo bia wodi wo huni woni mode woni mo madwuma na wiase afa na nyina so ye buo mo enu nti enye niam bi se no wode ba forefore wo ho ase wo mudin enti yenhye ne so enu nti no wo monam we so ka kire wo bibia se ensem bi obi be boni sire mu aka woni nyina so no omo abagu omo mfa nya djuma enu nti ni nyina eni na efri Dominic B.A. Nitiwol oye mrashebedwani esaye Minister for Defense press release ebaye na ebusua ye de atom anim wo Kantanka TV so no hwe wa fidie no so wo ho we press release efi Ministry of Defense ekasafa eye asrafo ho se yabo wo mo kwedu bia na se yaka asem bia to wo mo so omo se entesa eye bosiremu ka enyina so obi eni ho enu ti Ghana fo emongu enti no sedia etie eno no na yekoye ni yebeka ho asem eno na sofo ka no na omo ababe yi omo anu de yese wankasa wutiri ho ayeyi bone enti omo abeka omo asem de na yebeko so na emse omo de no nso kra epa ho a okay yebehwe another release efi yen Kantanka TV Bempah da no na bepemro akohwe no so na ye de aba na doctor then na wo kan fa press release se the releases no emse buwa na ebu nkam efa so sofo se ebi kura eba biom a no enye ni wampani ampa ebi nso yi niti enti ehe ne yakoi
emse de beka ne se eye the military for no press release the film military for no eye ade a ehu hia pa if you say Ghana ye kase Africa yentimi Ghana mfrim okay na only many opportunity ne Africa country others and citizens ni be ahia na anytime be by election ne ade a ombo Ghana abaso na impose entokwa bi si Africa country anase aman a ben Africa eben Ghana ha they be ombo Ghana military abaso because ye Liberia ntokwa ye military for yi no mudimpa ye Mali amudimpa enti say base ya so ye di agro me fa say agro na edi even though say something serious in terms of election na obese military for din say ya em say entwaye on say country bia no omo democracy no entawa bi beba ho a ni nyina no ekofa military for so in the same way moye press conference na mo attack military no dia na mo pese moye say ebia ye dem fa ne say si abobo abai ye nyina enim say abobande ya favor NDC anyway but say emfa ne say amawe ne afi na mkopa military for na chew because ye best start about no mudi kan ma pese omode ayibi to Ghana for team say military for na bias okay because ye hwe samjamfi ade oye ya military for na police for no attack omo and ye we ne ba we deal with them, some of them we know we deal with them and you know already no mama picture mo ho epese mo di bibi tag military but my side is not fair they say gidigidi abai na nka hwan na mo nko sebio nka amanfo na emo anko gina ho na omomo ban na aseden enti me nua ba de pa na military for na ye se nka ban na eti se military for no ho no kra no NDC for pulling agent and answer representative no ye yi o masi abontia and they different altogether. They are still there. They are still there. They na more taking military here and there. They said they also for kind. Sometimes no more press conference no inconsistent. Just say just a hypocrisy. There is of say be a tactics view or more minim say ye tie press amanyaba one of the lawyers no. Minim how or ye or kika ba ne bom. But I say a military for crown or to my NDC for. Na say military for to mama, edian na de bia na military more takeom. Wa baba on say military for na to ma. Afi de moya na military for na abano use military say e de military for say. Na say we ya ugu Ghana for any mass no. Ozi kroma say ba ye nyina team bio. Ugu military for any mass. Na ugu manas internationally. Edian na be nya film fa so be na be nya film. Because of maybe your selfish interest and answer or particular game be a person. And you know, a yes military for na babonting. Ama o manhu. Even though say we make reference to ex-president Muhammad Kyei. But apart from that, you know, all the press conference on there's no single press conference on my military din. They cry them say a police for them so they say they're not military. It's so shocking.
If say omoju man say omo bambo fon Kyei no echidom.
But say so police for so ho. And I said why police for free.
And yenti omo nka omo ho asem no.
Na him one no. And I say bia ye migration force were around. And omo de omo nka ho. Enti din na bad bibia military. E be NDC for. Because mo yes mo pese mo force wa ma ye man a ye nya asumdwe mo pese mo force wa na bibitimi si. Enti the man say na metake military for no. Well, but a politician omusuban say a banner say enyo no na esi so a na say bibi kotiana because the only you say military for any be use omode send tawantawa bi ba. Yenya say military for pe na then they are trying to attack the military. Enti na ya dey a say mesrend is for say omunhwe say mo na mo ye mo press conference a. Mo ye mo press conference. Tell the so for Kyei no. Come with figures. To say okay, most my way ne. Say you take press conference cry na omonye setting. Baby almost 9, baby almost 10. And oh, ye bisa say oh, ye gitum say ya winning 9 or 10. There's a one kasa na de obeka no nim.
Yo. Dog medase na sembi asan efi ye ora kwadwo Safo Junior. Ye CEO Emma Kantanka TV. Odi ato abefont ntankese na so woni page do aka kire Katanka group of companies. Na asemo wo kan nyina ne se na menkan or say if a politician tells you to go and stand on the street or stand and cause any confusion, so on the street or stand and cause any confusion, remember this: they won't ask their kids or any loved one of theirs to do so. Stay at home and leave the rest to the easy.
I think they are saying we makana ha.
Aye.
Wow. See, I know the ye misa politicians, no. You show area see the gotia musa and mawe. So obe lady press conference ni bi. Sami jam fi kra na ye misa na say bia na busu afo no mo wen. Omunyi na omuni ha. And say wa kotena yisi ho say oh na ada pro NDC ni ayi say o monko street ho monko ye dede ni ade no. Bisa on tie me say de penyin kan no ano no. Bisa na say omma ne papa na say onu ni na wadi na chi. They say ommo kan mo hye omo dem street wo ye twa ye no minim say mo cameraman ko mo hu se bia say din ketia ne ades no ho. Ebia omo jejan ho bi.
Na efe ne ye be hu ye hu foni.
Ene ye hwehwe.
Ye hu foni bia sa we de ye be bo na abaso so ode asem we say mpanimfo bebrebe ebe keka nsem bia me jinse nkaka akra no nipa benya ye ho nte ase am ye hu se enye mre a ese nam so ma oye ne be o man mu na se o man ebegija eni yo meda say Dr. Kisi na so for press release
Mamemra Subina you see
press release no ho
Mamemra ebe sin same you see I think said some few just about on the 28th of November and I'm a graduation ma a police for near soldier for a program now see adebakuni over the years no starting from these politicians and me this if me people because no more per kwenya be aquatic vigilantism ni we no and knowing very well say internal security here a police for and a be handle anyway no and no shall say bro if you give a dog a bad name and hang it no we na shall see trouble police for a good police when you ase and it is a police record na hokra na you need the nya den e no what you say and the NPP in this we na ye bi to head from 22 of year to all die be die omo nyina e kan ye police ni and this be kan ne de 2008 omo nyina kasa say police crowd say omo de kebe kwa kiengu no omo niem omo tekaye ATM say omo supporters so both NPP supporters any ND supporters any need my police na bibi so over the years I will say mo amma say nyuma krampa because say the police kwaya krana na the soldier ni but ade ba kwa ma me fa kwanya isonka it is a Ghana ni kwa wo pe bamba man pe was me soldier na me cross nyane a military camp na many adjutant okodi nkomo banks nyina request for military am say military na tight Ohenewaa military tight just say omo onwuma o obi to just na Ghana say for the say omo nkonkon no military need to say what a football or omo muti bench no reserve no omo na also more active than the other party so because we yes emergency a uwram uni the Baba prepare until reserve player no it took always omo the bush omo ye training omo ye say what is omo no bom ebeboa a supportive way though omo primary way for external security and omo secondary way as what internal so from omo support police who have the internal mandate to provide security no na should be they say amanyofo no asay no baby any crisis so any kokone so jani yeden eko na ade ba konkrofo ni mi de be mka soldier o sa ka soldier o sa ka soldier fo nyina we na Ghana fo nim na amanyofo no me say bebre nim the moment I be touch one soldier no what touch soldier no because a military officer is trained to die for the nation but wuti eto madwuma ye na ade ba kon soldier ni prepare no for owó ni normal and it's even in their training you'll be a 10% casualty is allowed yet it's too cross and nipa hand na mu 10 way normal because oh yes normal because you man dey don form no o call point nipa ni atini so me woman man na mum ye nyina to die for the nation no me tuma ni say me bon ho ba so be den entire brotherhood e to do saka soldier ni ba to do saka the entire military it's now you are dome fun ase soldier for me enu ayekwajo mu to dey say a soldier for be 300 and e so mo me kwa dem say sir the moment a case better say we go away soldier for be 1000 because entiase o military nobody can stop it, not even the president can stop it. You touch one military, you've touched every European military ecosystem no imagine say about 32 or 3 military. No military officer will say that say yeah they say coming on na metras no it's a brotherhood. What just enter some police or be a training different. It's one over the years my cassette here the way a European military no several duties no too wrong. Now no be can get market near the soldier na ko nyoso nkobo get am ba how. Now we know we be to not am buying na soldier na page nsa when they don't get used to the citizens so now when he was so soldier ni na ma ben wa na bibie sam me hu animu a ahode am dey ba no but a military is supposed to conquer and rule omudu adenti baby hey ba ni dwuma dey so o me conquer and the oba na so tutuo na npa me look out from no conquer oye they are not like police. People don't understand the difference between military and the police. And now you group I say someone your phone group both NPP and NDC a group police for anyone say I say police inti am a military na what
so for we dey Amoako mu do na say tactically amanyofo ye tumi abomode am nkakra etumi undermine the competence of the police na say see am de when you see a strap for so what should we do?
Me can be into watch it. Now, one more say from kakra military no. It is a military strategy because in my analysis I thought said if even the NDC the higher they can go is a resort to hold press conferences nanke the GDA and from we didn't know say it is part of their plan say o me pia nkofo ayede na say we na ye ne mon plan to ho ye be pia you tran ko street na say you to already undermine police no omo betimi ababe den abegyina mabo military enti en sha attack military no enti grand scheme as an institution or this as amanekuo no me hu ni say omo say they have to now start attacking the military enti ebe pure youth na be street no say soldier for back and asha say so mu ni omu say because now enti gradually dangerous for your country. Yeah, same police na we say the soldier for also. What I say? So it's part of the whole plan scheme, but me to me machine it's part of a selfish interest. What I say? So they needed to now attack the credibility of the military. There's a military couple can government no or no money area. Net ye do money must into who you be not so young say jakra more some can own the area. But it is wrong and it is more dangerous for our country.
So what should we do?
And I'll say a cassette.
Okay.
That's what all of us need to, because from day one, me the makasa yet how a normal civil duties ye peer soldier for a room na wrong. Soldier ni beba or ba or moya no beboa. I say defender ye bobo no. Ye be to corner or ba be piem say beti go na am pet or the mechanic asan combat ni way. A security architecture no. It is a football pepepe. Ye were the strikers, ye were the midfielders, and ye were the defense. Military somebody ye defense no. To the Ministry of Defense.
Yeah.
Omono boho. Say you be a both external and internal until omo no. Now a police for the interior midfield no. Omo say day in and day out. Ye secret beto ye. And a national security ni we mu no. Omo na striker. Omo na epic information. International security ni we. Omo na chi obi a omo the police. What I say because at the end of the day no. Police na say internal security to ye. And they say yes say your midfield. Your national security crowd dey do na animal say ache kwa man efo. They say who down cancel your national security efo obu ma. Am crowd dey crowd dey near there. Your omo yan che kwa mayirem. Onya ka so your national security ni crowd respect crane you. They say yes say your strikers. Yes say your midfield. Your defense so yes say break. But be amanofon dey ekono no. What I say? Where you and NDC Asha sent here, NDC Asha say attack military. Be na I mean NPP is up opposition. And want some special say attack. Enti attack you na fe du soldier no so you pe. First say security wa him. Enti obi bia da bem kan wo nya brain na wo pe ho bamba. Yen ma ye mnemre. Men fa man yosam enkata wani. En say security. Ye security break down Ohenewaa. Bi o man mu nya break down. Da bia meka open na tie tu yenti say hey aba wuntimi mpie present timi mpie wona so your kwan wo manum wuntimi mpie enti ma ye security ni agro eni tna wo say dey ni breakfast ache man pen dom mama wa ba be ye bi da wa be tna konya no so da what you say man for selfish interest me pakonya di at all costs ntino me say me ku security ani ma se kwa megu so je ni on na to aba no wo ko to aba so je ni to ma me bu so Ohenewaa alaba no an to bi so je ni to ma so je ni chu just on ma won to. So on what basis and about attacking the security in the first place? What I say? It is something we must condemn. What I say? And treat with the contempt that is a new class here more be crime and man better to answer no. It's a security. Maybe I will better so some security ni, but they are there for us. They are numere. Ye pon free kantanka. Me kona me see ye nipa ba kon wan ne car say wan famana. Me see how to hear and you do admit pay meaning eja not akwa na etoto me twa mo na say madu police car chair say mo na konfo nation na exchange fire anu enwumre hacho police for entenwa wada no police ni ade ne nkwa eto to konfo so sa ade e be chikwesi to police ni wu kwa wu nti na ye wi amanyafo no mo personal interest nti no mo do security ani mo ase ye ntumi nkasa. Now, why do you say security break it down? With that security, there's nothing we can do as a nation. Say me omaya when you put and compound to cover so. You call that one you go busa womo. Curfew ni niema. Then I bet me aye. Untimi power sorry. Untimi nya shewo kronum. So we must rise up and defend our security. Me nyama no emomu ngu ye security na nimu ase. Intimi towards unya kasatia security.
Mr. Breaking news be abasamre inti ahonko isi asoye na yentie de ekọ ba bia ebesa abasisi a
hearts will be sober. That the heart of men shall be sober. That the joy of the Lord shall fill our hearts. In the name of Jesus, we thank you for answered prayer. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Brady, for that powerful prayer. God richly bless you. Now, let me kindly introduce to you our committee present, as well as the directors. We have with us here, we are privileged to have with us here the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and the person of Mrs. Jean Mensah. As usual, she's flanked by her two deputies, Deputy Chairman in charge, Dr. Bosman Eric Asari to her left, and Mr. Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairman Operations to her right. We are grateful to have our commission members present with us here. Mrs. Rebecca Kabuki Ajalu, Mrs. Haja Sada Tumaida, Mr. Ebenezer Agrifin, Madam Adwa Eswama Ebrifa. Permit me to acknowledge the presence of the former President of Liberia, Her Excellency Mrs. Johnson Sirleaf, Her Excellency the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Stephanie S. Sullivan. Madam, you're most welcome. Shall we also acknowledge the presence of our directors, Dr. Sri Boakye, Director Electoral Services, Mr. Michael Wedu, our pastor for this afternoon, Director Training, Mr. Alex Poku Akubia, Director Research, Monitoring and Evaluation, Mr. Samuel Wedu, Director Human Resource, all protocol observed. Thank you very much. Let me, at this juncture, respectfully call on the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, who happens to be the returning we also have to acknowledge the president of the EU ambassador. Thank you. All protocols observed. At this juncture, let me go straight to the climax for this event and respectfully call on the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jean Mensah, for her presentation. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not sure if the microphone is working.
It's working.
Okay. A good afternoon to all of you. It's a pleasure to have you here. We do recognize that we've invited you at short notice, and therefore would like to thank all of you for joining us this afternoon as we present the outcome of the election. And forgive me that I don't have the details of everybody here, but I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency Mrs. Johnson Sirleaf, former President of Liberia, who is leading the ECOWAS delegation. Also acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency Diana Konia, who is the head of the European Union delegation to Ghana, and Her Excellency Stephanie Sullivan, who is the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana. We'd like to thank all of you, both our local and international observers, for taking time to join us this afternoon. To God be the glory. Great things He has done and greater things He will do. On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I welcome you to a significant moment in our country's history, the declaration of the results of the 2020 presidential election. As a commission, we had aimed at delivering the results 24 hours after the election. But as the saying goes, man proposes, but God disposes. We encountered a few challenges, including unexpected rains, which halted voting in some polling stations, leading to a few delays, coupled with the usual requests for recounting of votes in some polling stations. We regret the anxiety caused and ask that you bear with us. We hope that in subsequent elections, we will be able to live up to our timeline. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I indicate that this is a historic election because for the first time in the history of our country, the election day went by without major incidents and occurrences. It is no wonder that the BBC described this year's election as boring, and I put that in quotes, a testament of the seamless, incident-free process that we witnessed on Monday. As a commission, we thank the Almighty God for his faithfulness and for how far he has brought us. We recognize without a shadow of doubt that we could not have come this far without him. And as the good book states, a horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from God. And we remain eternally grateful and thankful to God for the victories he has wrought on our behalf, and they are numerous. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is heartwarming to stand before you today to declare the results of the 2020 general election. We have come from far. We started this year with hope and promise, poised to reform and overhaul the core and critical aspects of our work and the very system on which credible, transparent elections are hinged. And here I'm referring to our biometric voter management system. We subjected this process to a robust and rigorous procurement process. Even then, from the very onset, we faced stiff opposition from within and without. As if that was not enough, we were hit by the COVID-19 virus when we least expected it. In the face of all this, we remained resolute, determined to deliver credible, transparent, orderly, timely, and peaceful elections in Ghana. We persevered throughout the lockdown to establish strong and efficient systems and processes that would stand the test of time. With hindsight, the Commission was able to use the circumstances of COVID-19 and the lockdown to our benefit, in that we were able to use the time to reflect on our processes, systems, and structures, and to implement reforms within our institution, promoting competitive procurement processes, as well as efficient, transparent electoral processes. This strategy involved our entire staff, who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, burning the midnight oil to achieve the results we witnessed today. Our mantra was that whilst the country may be on lockdown, as a commission, we had to keep moving forward to achieve the numerous tasks ahead of us. And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here we are today. The results are evident for all to see. Indeed, the hard work, determination, and focus of all the staff, coupled with God's grace, has paid off. Today, we have succeeded in reforming our entire biometric voter management system, procuring and deploying robust equipment and devices, including our biometric verification devices, our biometric registration kits, our user-friendly software to govern the entire biometric voter registration and verification system, and a brand new data center, to mention a few, all of which went through an international competitive tendering process. Today, we can all be proud of a brand new biometric voter register that reflects unique individuals who are eligible to vote. With determination and focus, we were able to prepare a register that recorded 17,027,641 eligible voters in just 38 days, and in a rainy season. Thankfully, the just ended election did not witness issues of missing names, misplacement of polling stations, among others. Indeed, we hardly experienced any issues of missing names during the just ended election. Again, as a country, we can be proud of the fact that for the first time in the history of this country, the election was funded without reliance on monetary assistance from external sources. I can assure you, however, dear citizens, that we put your resources to prudent use. Furthermore, as a country, we can be proud of the fact that more than 95% of our procurement for the 2020 election was done through an open, competitive tendering process, as opposed to sole sourcing and restricted tendering, as was the case in the past. This no doubt ensured value for money in all our processes. At the right time, the Commission will share its report on its procurement processes and savings made to date. As a country, we can also be proud that for the first time in our history, all our processes from registration to election day were laid bare to the citizenry. Through the Let the Citizen Know initiative, we provided every citizen who cared to know relevant, timely information on all our processes. Today, citizens have access to information on the number of registrants on the voters' roll, the number of registered male and female voters, the number of youth, the number of first-time voters, and the number of persons with disabilities who are on the electoral roll. In addition, today we can all be proud that as Ghanaians we went to the polls and cast our votes peacefully. We can be proud that the technology deployed on election day worked efficiently and effectively. Voters all over the country have testified to the pleasant and seamless experiences at their respective polling stations. We must be proud that it took in many instances some 3 to 5 minutes for the average voter to be verified and to vote. We must be proud that the usual hustle and struggle at polling stations, the long queues, and the overcrowding were all absent. We must be proud that in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, we all went to the polls with our safety guaranteed as a result of the stringent safety protocols employed by the Commission. And to crown it all, we must be proud of the fact that we have been able to declare the results some 48 hours after the election day. With hard work, focus, determination, and above all, God's help, we can do all things. Yes, we can. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is important to emphasize that we have achieved our successes as a result of the collective efforts of the entire team. And here I'm referring to our commission members, our directors, our regional directors, our deputy directors, regional directors, our district electoral officers, our administrative works and mechanical staff. We have all worked round the clock to achieve our goals. To all our team members, I say Aiko, I salute you all. We certainly could not have succeeded without you, and I commend you all highly. To the dear citizens of our country, we thank you for believing in us and for walking this journey with us. Your constructive feedback has helped strengthen our processes and our work and has left us in a much better place than when we started. To our media partners, we say thank you. You have been our gateway to the citizenry and have helped bring the Commission to the doorstep of citizens. We could not have achieved our mandate without you, and we are grateful for your partnership over the last few months. To the civil society organizations that have believed in us and share recommendations from well-thought-out research and analysis, we acknowledge and commend you highly, and we say thank you. We also thank our election observers, both local and international, for their interest in ensuring that the whole electoral process was transparent, fair, and credible. We commend highly the international observers who have traveled all the way to Ghana in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic to observe our elections. Your feedback so far has been constructive, and we look forward to receiving your full reports. We have no doubt that your reports would help strengthen our work and our processes. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the election was conducted in 38,622 polling stations across the country and in 275 constituencies. I'll now turn my attention to the reason why we are here. At the end of a transparent, fair, orderly, and timely and peaceful presidential election, the total number of valid votes cast was 13,434,574, representing 79% of the total registered voters. Permit me to present the results in the order of appearance on the 2020 presidential ballot. At the end of the polls, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party obtained 6,730,413 votes, being 51.595% of the total valid votes cast. John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress obtained 6,214,889 votes, being 47.366% of the total valid votes cast. Christian Kwabena Andrews of the Ghana Union Movement obtained 105,565 votes, being 0.805% of the total valid votes cast. Iva Kwabena Greenstreet, the Convention People's Party, obtained 12,215 votes, being 0.093% of the total valid votes cast. Madam Ekuya Donko, the Ghana Freedom Party, obtained 5,575 votes, being 0.042% of the total valid votes cast. Henry Herbert Latte of the Great Consolidated Popular Party obtained 3,574, being 0.027% of the total valid votes cast. Hassan Ayariga of the All People Party obtained 7,140, being 0.054% of the total valid votes cast. Percival Kofi Apalu of the Liberal Party of Ghana obtained 7,690 votes, being 0.059% of the total valid votes cast. David Asibi Apesara of the People's National Convention obtained 10,887, being 0.083% of the total valid votes cast. Bridget Akosua-Jigbonuku of the Progressive People's Party obtained 6,848 votes, being 0.052% of the total valid votes cast. Nana Kunedu Ajeman Rawlings of the National Democratic Party obtained 6,612 votes, being 0.050% of the total valid votes cast. Alfred Kwame Isiedu Walker, independent candidate, obtained 9,703 votes, being 0.074% of the total valid votes cast. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, currently the election results we have declared exclude that of the Techiman South constituency, which has a total voter population of 128,018. 128,018. The said election results are not ready because they are being contested. As such, collation has not been completed. It is important to note, however, that the difference between the total number of votes between the first and second candidates is 515,524 votes. As a result, if we were to add the 128,018 full results to the results of the second candidate, it would not change the outcome of the election. Hence, our declaration of the 2020 presidential results without that of Techiman South. Indeed, if you were to add the entire results or collate all the results from the Techiman South constituency and add that to the percentage and the votes of the second candidate, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, he would obtain 47.873% of the total votes cast. And Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo would obtain 50.8% of the total votes cast. It is on that basis that we say that the outcome of the election would not change. Hence, our declaration of the 2020 presidential results without that of Techiman South. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on the basis of the foregoing election results, and by the power vested in me as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana and the returning officer of the presidential election, it is my duty and honor to declare Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Let peace reign. Thank you.
Right, so the chairperson.
While jubilating, can we get everybody away from this perimeter?